Okay, listen. I was innocently Googling retro swimsuits that had bad diet decisions, and I fell down a historical rabbit hole. Turns out that the modern bikini was invented by a French car engineer named Louis Reard, not a fashion designer, a man whose previous job was fixing mufflers. And then he looked at women and thought, let's start some chaos. That is the original male career pivot. I fix your spark plugs and now let me redesign your butt. It's Paris, 1946. Europe is traumatized. Clothes are modest, and everybody's pretending that they're overwore and under fabric. Louis, he inherits his mama's little lingerie and swimwear shop, spends too much time at the beach, and he notices that women are rolling up their one-piece bathing suits so that they can tan their stomach. So Louis says, what if we just stop pretending it's a swimsuit and call it 3 triangles and a string? Then he renames it after Bikini Atoll, where they're testing atomic bombs because he wants an explosive reaction. Sir, you are exposing belly buttons to daylight, not reinventing physics. Calm down. See, when I try on a bathing suit, what I think is, does this make my butt look good? But Lewis's concern was, will this have the same societal impact as nuclear weapons? So he books a fashion event at this fancy pool in Paris, the Piscine Militaire, and calls up the professional models like, bonjour, would you like to wear this scandal? Every single one said, absolutely not, I have parents. So he walks down the street to the Casino de Paris and hires a new dancer, Micheline Bernardini. She's 19 years old and definitely not allergic to attention. She walks out at the pool in this newspaper-printed G-string bikini, holding a matchbox to prove that the whole thing can fit inside of it. 30 square inches of fabric and 1 confident teenager, and 20 grown men instantly forget how to breathe. It's such a scandal that newspapers everywhere run stories. The International Herald Tribune writes multiple pieces, and the Met later calls the bikini a social leap about bodies, morality, and sex. Translation? One girl wore a tiny outfit and everybody had a philosophical crisis. My favorite detail, Micheline gets over 50,000 fan letters, mostly from men. Imagine the mailroom. Dear Micheline, I saw your pancreas area and now I must resign from society. Love, Gerard. Meanwhile, the Vatican bans bikinis in some beaches. Italy and Spain freak out, and the world collectively decides that women's midriffs are a national threat. Now, Louis is not satisfied with nuclear names and stripper marketing. No, he comes up with a new rule. It's not a real bikini unless it's small enough to be pulled through a wedding ring. Through a wedding ring. Maybe I should also look at a bracelet and think, would my dignity squeeze through that and the fabric? As an allusion to the headlines he knew it would cause, he literally printed newspaper text on the suit. This man wrapped a new dancer in breaking news and said, let's make history. It's multitasking. You're scandalous and well-informed. Sunbathe topless, stay updated with global events. From an art history perspective, the Met says that the bikini represents a social leap about body consciousness, moral concerns, and sexual attitudes. From my perspective, it represents a straight man successfully monetizing his desire to see a belly button. Fast forward, the thing starts in Paris as a scandal, gets banned, condemned, whispered about, and then 10 minutes later in history, you're at a Florida resort and the dress code is basically, please wear something between your sunscreen and your secrets. And Micheline, she's still iconic decades later, remembered as the woman who changed swimwear history. The models said no, but the stripper said, another day, another dollar, and revolutionized the beach. Honestly, as a performer, I respect that. Sometimes the gig that changes your life starts with, listen, it's very small, people will be mad, and you might get banned in Spain. History's wild. A bored car engineer, a nude dancer, a nuclear test site, and 30 square inches of newspaper fabric accidentally invent one of the most recognizable silhouettes on Earth. So here's to bad ideas, tiny outfits, and the fan mail we deserve.